What Radio, the music you want. With your host, Keys Dan.
You really are crazy. RadioWhat.com.
What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What Studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. You know, if you're a new artist and you have a new song, send it over to me, info@radiowhat.com, and maybe you can be played on radiowhat.com. Every time I play your song, I try to tweet it out and make sure that you get all the recognition. And yeah, let me help promote you at radiowhat.com. Yeah, I keep talking about radiowhat.com, and I forget that I like to promote people. So yeah, if you got a new song that needs some promoting and you have a Twitter, I could tweet you. Tweet every time I play your song. And if you need DJ services, I encourage you to go to djlittlerock.com. Check availability, get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me, yes, little old me, at your event. You know it's wedding season. I got tons of weddings coming up. Tons? I guess if you measure by, weight, I guess. Yes, I have quite a few weddings, and I enjoy them. And I enjoy all the events, all the different kinds of events that I get to go to, karaoke's and corporate events and what have you. Oh yeah, just good times. I get to be with people at their best times. DJLittleRock.com. Check that out. Today on the program, I have a producer, a music producer, Jordan Cox. Come check out Jordan Cox. We're going to learn more about Jordan Cox on the What Makes You Famous radio program, podcast, right here today. So stay tuned for that. Let's see, my shows this week. We got, the Rab on Friday nights. It's a video dance party, karaoke jam. Come sing a song. But I can't sing, Keys Dan. Yes, you can. Everyone can sing, at least a little bit. If you sing in the car, if you sing in the shower, you could sing on stage at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. They got a full bar. The kitchen is open. The pool tables, they got a tournament going on. If you want to make some money while you're hanging out at the Rab, I encourage you to get involved with the pool tournament. See if you could win some games and make some money playing pool. He's playing pool again? Yeah, he is. That's the Rab, Conway, Arkansas, 8 o'clock, Friday night. Come be there and visit with me. Say, hey, Keys Dan, what's up? The stage is yours. All right, party people, let's get into it with Jordan Cox, record producer. I think he's a record producer of some kind. I'm going to find out more about Jordan Cox. I want you to find out, too. And I'm going to go over to Jordan Cox and visit with him at his place. Let's go drive over and see Jordan Cox now. Hanging out in your humble abode, getting ready to do the What Makes You Famous podcast.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, I see you're a video gamer.
A little bit.
There's a Switch hanging out there. I recognize the controller.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I got one too.
Oh, are you a Super Smash Bros. Player?
I like Super Smash Brothers, man. That's probably my game, my jam. As I do... let's see, Mario Kart is another one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Super Smash Brothers just came out, and I picked that up like right away.
Oh, really? Yeah, we did too. It's fun. We do it almost every night, pretty much. Me and my roommates and friends will come over. It's just become a ritual to us, pretty much.
It's a good way to unwind.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great after work. I work at Zaza, the pizza and salad restaurant, so if they're a crazy day there, it's good to just come home and relax for sure.
All right. Checking the mic levels. Check. I did one, with a different microphone set up, and I had to turn the mic recorder down a little bit. but it looks like we're good, man.
Awesome.
And, sweet. Got me sitting on the couch there. Man, I'm too relaxed. I might fall asleep here, Jordan Cox. And Jordan Cox, man, I found you on the Instagram. I know you're part of the studio downtown, Conway, Arkansas. I did one podcast with John Mitchell over there from Zateo Coffee, and I think he has a podcast as well, Pathways to Fitness. Then I did another podcast with Kate Carnahan, the founder and CEO of the studio downtown there. And I know you're involved down at the studio downtown. I've seen pictures of you there doing your producing. Well, give a little short bio of you and how you got involved with the studio downtown. We'll go from there.
Well, really, they opened, I guess, about a year ago now, and I heard about it. One thing about living in Central Arkansas is that the creativity's there. It's always going to be there, but the resources are not. That's the thing. Just being in such a, I guess, you wouldn't say oversaturated here just because, I mean, there's stuff going on, but there's not a lot by any chance. But with the opportunity to work at the studio, I actually don't have a membership there. I'm just there whenever I can. They put on a lot of events and such, and I always try to support because those few chances that you get to actually to do something, you take advantage of them because this shows the community, like, hey, if we actually put on these events and put these spaces in these places and everything, it'll give, like, people will come out and do it. So I always encourage people to come out and just participate in, like, the studio, anything that they put on that would give creatives a place to, pretty much a place to thrive, I guess, or to create and everything. As far as myself, I'm 24 years old. I'm a North Little Rock native. Graduated from North Little Rock High School in 2013. In college right now, studying public relations. I started, been playing music since the 6th grade. I started out playing trumpet, and then went in marching band, concert band, and such. Went all the way up through, was drum major senior year. That was a lot of fun. I think that I'll come back to that as far as producing, but did college band at Arkansas State for a little while. Got to do it with other musicians that are actually serious about it because we're all on scholarship. We're all, like, there for a reason, you know. Yeah. Like, you get in high school and middle school, and it's just people are in band just because it's another class. They'll take up a block. But being around a bunch of serious musicians, it really just kind of opened my perspective of music and everything. I studied music education for a little while, but like any art that you do, pretty much, after studying it, it kind of changes your idea of it and everything. You learn the rules and you learn everything. And I was a little punk that hated it for a little while, just learning the structure behind it. But then when I started producing, I definitely now appreciate all those, the counterpoint and all the crazy music stuff that goes behind, like, why music theory works the way it does and everything like that. Played in a couple local rock bands in Little Rock. Played in church, played bass in church still. Whenever I go home to Sherwood, where my parents live now, I go home and play bass there. Just music has been my hobby. It's been my thing. Even though I'm not studying it anymore, it's still what I come home and do every day, pretty much.
Well, that's pretty cool. Well, and you mentioned trumpet. That's got to be the most popular instrument on this podcast. People, I imagine every school music program, you must open that closet door and there's a line of trumpets because that's where people are starting. I got a guitarist, a pianist, a bassist, a singer. They all started with the trumpet. Why? Why did you start with the trumpet?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As you can tell, I'm a pretty scrawny guy.
Okay.
So I actually started out with baritone initially, and my mom was like, yeah, that thing's way too big for you.
Oh.
For me, just because I was holding it, and it was about, I'd probably say half my size, I'd say. Okay. So with those bigger instruments like that, you got to have the pipes. You got to be, usually you see, that's why you see bigger guys playing tuba, because their lungs are just naturally bigger, and they're able to push air through all that brass pretty much and everything.
Sure.
So
you're saying baritone, yeah. Is that a tuba?
It's not a tuba exactly. It's like, I guess as far as size, right under it. Tuba catches those really low notes and those low frequencies. Baritone kind of supports tuba in that sense, I guess, in a way.
Okay.
Don't want to talk too much about that because I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
No, please, man. You know a lot more than what I'm. That's why I'm here. That's why I started this podcast, to learn from people, and I'm learning from you, Jordan Cox.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, good. At least hopefully I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Nobody fact check me on that, please.
Yeah, nobody fact check. Yeah. What's Google? I don't know.
I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know what's in it. I have no idea. But yeah, so trumpet was really cool. It's trumpet. You hear that? It's the melody. Trumpet catches all the melodies. It's the lead in jazz band. It's well, some of the time it's the lead, but it's trumpet comes through. You hear that? Sure. One thing in marching band that one of my band directors always says that you're going to hear everybody else at a certain level, but once one trumpet player can solo over the entire band, and you will still hear them cutting through, just because of the way the brass was designed and the frequencies that it catches. It just pierces your ears. It can, most definitely, it can hurt. But trumpet was it was cool. I like to lead was really cool for me, and to be in the 6th grade, we all had trumpets in one class. You're learning the beginning band and everything. Right. So I'm in there with a bunch of other trumpets, and we're all playing melody, and just hearing that, just how strong it can be as a group like that, like even catching different parts, it really, really caught me and like made me want to just keep doing it. Didn't want to put it down, pretty much.
Right. You still playing the trumpet at all?
Still playing it.
You still got it?
Oh yeah, still got it in there. Definitely.
Man, you haven't given it up now. Okay, that you're differentiating yourself, Jordan Cox, from a lot of the other musicians that have been on this podcast because they have given it up and gone for something else. And now you say you do play other instruments. Mm-hmm. And 6th grade, that's what started it all, music wise. What kind of music were you listening to in 6th grade?
Oh, let's see.
You remember?
Well, I grew up pretty much listening to the radio, Power 92, like the hip hop channel and everything like that. Hip hop, that was the thing. Like just going through the crunk era of hip hop. I feel like that's just really iconic things. That's just like the early 2000s, like Lil Jon.
Oh yeah,
like all those kind of guys. Just that really left a mark on me, I'd say. But around the 6th grade is when Guitar Hero hit, actually, around that time for me. Yeah. So I was listening to just anything on the radio, and then I'm walking in McCain Mall in North Rock one day, and Guitar Hero set up on a PlayStation 2. Sure. And I hear Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana and Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Why not?
And I'm like, man, this stuff, like just the way it sounds musically is excellent. It was something completely different for me. So I feel like Guitar Hero really just, like, that was another thing that just hooked me onto music and like discovering it, like the different, like, people coming together and creating all these different sounds with these instruments and everything like that. It was Guitar Hero really did it for me, I'd say.
So, all right, and Mom and Dad, did they support you in this? They said, yeah, go get the trumpet, go do it.
I wanted to do drums initially. That's the funny thing. But you know how just banging drums in the house, you know how that is. Mom didn't want the noise, so she definitely supported it. Mom and Dad did. My dad was a basketball player, and we did sports around elementary school and up, and I still watch basketball, still loving everything, but just wasn't athletic for it enough, I guess. But yeah, they've always supported me. I just had played at Vino's last Friday, and they were there. My mom was up there dancing and everything.
Oh, great!
No, they still support me and everything. I really appreciate them and love them for it.
So, that's super, man. Okay, so Dad's a basketball player. What did your mom do?
Mom, she was a cheerleader.
Mom was a cheerleader. Great.
So she did that. They're both from Eastern Arkansas, the Delta over there. Helena and Marvel.
Yes.
And, my dad played basketball. Mom cheerleaded. They met met here at UCA. All that stuff and everything.
Oh, that's a love story right there, man.
All of that.
And then they had little old Jordan Cox. Now, any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got one younger one who just graduated from North Rock. He's a better trumpet player than me. He's a killer. He's a killer.
Praise.
Most definitely. He's just graduated. He's about to go to college. I think he's going to play trumpet, use it at some point, scholarships, anything like to help pay college and all that.
He's got a scholarship in trumpet?
I think he's going to go to Pulaski Tech for a couple years and then knock his basics out there.
Yes.
Because it's cheaper.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's the route I went to, actually. It's smart.
I didn't spend 5 years in a junior college for nothing.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
That's a whole other podcast. We can talk about student loans and all that stuff.
Sure we can. We can. That's what half the debates were last night was the forgiving student loans, free health care. I'm all for it, man. Now, I did get a good way to pay for your school is to work, study, man. Work, study, come out with zero debt. So there you go.
Smart.
If I had zero debt of school, please. Oh, Lord, please.
One day, something will happen, have some hackers will wipe into Salome system, They can target all these credit card,
Are we calling all hackers now? No, please, no, that's illegal.
I didn't say anything, but I'm just saying.
No, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to this podcast, Jordan Cox.
Just an idea. Just an idea. That's But, little brother, he's a great trumpet player. Older brother is in Japan right now. He's in the Air Force.
Dig it.
Yeah, he graduated from Henderson with a sociology degree. He played clarinet for a little while. Played at Northwark High School also. Played in Henderson's band down in Arkadelphia. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of those two.
I like that, Jordan Cox. When you mentioned clarinet, you did the fingers. You had to mime it. Even though this is radio, we're still working the room, man. You got to get those fingers going.
Keep the energy up.
So what's his job in the Air Force out there, big brother?
Oh, he's HVAC. Yeah.
What's HVAC?
Air conditioning, I'm checking it for the planes, working around the base and everything.
You better believe that's an important job. Make sure, especially in the heat here in Arkansas, man. We're at 98 degrees. And no, I'm not talking about Timberlake. I'm talking about it's hot, baby. And you need your HVAC. Air condition, it's probably one of the greatest sins. There's no sin greater
we
than central air.
We couldn't live without it.
Now we're hanging out in Jordan Cox's humble abode here. He's got the place all set up nice, I see you got a roommate there, and he was running in and out trying to be all quiet, making sure that he doesn't disturb the podcast. But that's background noise. That's that adds flavor to Jordan Cox's podcast here at the What Makes You Famous podcast. And I'm looking at TV, and I'm looking at he's got the video games set up here. I got a Switch controller in front of me, and there's a bunch of other controllers in a box there. So he's a gamer of sorts. And you say nightly you get together on this couch and do some gaming.
Do some Super Smash Bros. Some let's see. They've been to Mortal Kombat lately. That new one that came out.
Kombat.
Oh my goodness.
11. I think they're up to 11.
Yeah, 11.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
And who was there was some big ones that came out in this, the characters that people were excited about. Who's the new characters in Mortal Kombat 11? Do you remember?
They play it.
They play it.
That's not me.
Okay.
No.
Meanwhile, you're back in your room producing music and making beats, I guess, or what is that? Do you make the beats?
That's what it is.
I've heard people making beats, and I know I had Fruity Loops when I was a kid, and I still got Adobe Audition. In fact, that's what I'll put this into a little bit later and mix it down and make sure the levels are right. But making beats, that could be lucrative as well, Jordan Cox. And is that something that you do to make a little money on the side?
Really what it is, I started doing it like a year ago. Made it into a hobby, I guess. Just being in college and everything, trying to pay bills and just scrapping together every month.
Sure.
Don't have the much to put back, to be able to save up for instruments and stuff like that.
Right.
And all the equipment. I have a Mac that I work with, and with that, it just took forever. I was making beats on my laptop, using the little keyboard on there, just to type stuff out and do it in rhythms and such. But I was able to save up and get a MIDI keyboard with drum pads on it, and just slowly building an arsenal with it. And with me, pretty much this summer, really, I'd said as soon as this semester ended, I said I'm going to take it serious. And with that, the response has been pretty crazy with it. Honestly, I've had the opportunity to make some money off of it as far as streaming. People want me to sell them beats.
Yes.
Getting songs signed to labels and then getting that revenue back to them.
That's cool. Yeah, and the gang, Jordan Cox. It's nice that you can make some money doing that.
Yeah, well,
a lot of people go out and try to do it. Anybody with a computer or a laptop can be a record producer, a music producer, but only few will make it. And if you make any kind of money, that's something. That's saying something. And so, all right, you're in high school. You play the trumpet. And you played in marching band and jazz band. All right. What other extracurriculars did you do in high school in North Little Rock, right?
North Rock, yes, that's it. Really? I'm just going to tell you, music band was it. That was it. I ghosted through high school. I was quiet, didn't get in any trouble. My friends were in band pretty much. I just kind of just wiggled my way through there doing music. I was, during lunchtime, we would come and hang in the band room. I was just the band geek, I guess, wherever they call those.
I like that. Do you know that running through my mind, band geek was one of the words that flashed up on my screen, my internal screen, and then you came out with it. There it is, band geek.
That's what it was. I'll say it. That's
own it. A lot of people would say that was a derogatory term, but it's not, man. I own it. Love it. I was talking to a beauty queen yesterday, and you know what? She said, yeah, beauty queen. Let's go with it. Yeah, and she own it. So band geek is a good term, and I've been struggling with PC versus racism. That's something that I'm probably going to put on another podcast sometime in the near future. I guess we can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think about this PC versus racism? Is it if you say something that's not PC, is that racist? I don't know.
I would say, in the age of technology that we're in, it's, I don't want to say complicated is a derogatory term. When you said things are, you have to be a lot more conscious, I'd say, because just like times have changed and everything. I feel like people in a certain generation grew up and things were this way, and you know what? That's the way they were.
Right.
And with time evolving and everything, you just gotta adapt pretty much. Things are gonna change. The phrases that people said decades ago might not, they might mean something different to a new generation and stuff like that.
Right.
And I feel like if you're one to, every generation is going to talk about the one under them saying, oh, they're this, oh, they're that, and everything like that. But we're all doing it. It's just reciprocal. It's a cycle, pretty much. So it's just us just having to adjust to the next cycle and everything like that, pretty much, I would say. I don't know. There's just some words, that we used to say back then, and then I'll hear somebody say them at work, or I talk to people on the other side of the world, too, and, American culture is this, but culture in London or Paris, somewhere different like that, it's completely different. They say words that we look down upon and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's just different stuff, really. My thing is keep an open mind if you can, but definitely understand where other people, their culture and their situation, in a way.
Sure.
So it depends. It's touchy.
Man, Jordan Cox, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells sometimes. And I'll look at movies not even that long ago, not even 20 years ago. You'll look at movies, you'll listen to comedians, you'll listen to music, and you go, ooh, I don't know if that would fly right now. Ooh, but should you have to curb yourself that much? I know I like on this podcast to keep it clean, so I don't curse on the podcast. I don't curse generally in life, so I've already curbed that part of my mind. A curse word might come into my head, but rarely comes out of my mouth.
Oh yeah.
So I've already curbed that part, but now I'm having to curb even more with the way things are, and people feeling like their feelings get hurt because I said a word. I don't, man. Especially comedy. I'm a big fan of comedy, and if you listen to Pryor and you listen to Carlin, the two godfathers of comedy, now you go, ooh, I just don't know if that would fly.
Yeah.
But I think the funniest comedians are the ones that do pick on people. Like, hey, that's a weird shirt you're wearing. I don't know. What's your thought on that? And then we'll probably move on.
Yeah, I saw. Are you familiar with John Mulaney at all?
Come on.
Okay, it was like
If I don't, I have to just pack up and go. And where am I, under a rock? Love that guy.
He came to UCA this past year.
Yeah, he did.
And I got to get tickets and go and everything, and just think about him and his skits and such. And it's, I would say, him versus Cat Williams in a way,
Williams,
like those two, like completely different styles of humor and such. And I guess it's just I know they probably had to modify, if you're a comedian, you're up there to entertain in a way, and what part of that, whatever goes into your sketch or your sketch with that, it depends. I don't know, because you do have to walk that fine line, because there have been guys that have gotten called out for saying certain things like that, but it's tough. It's really, really tough. I feel like you have to be careful. That's it. There's a fine line, like Twitter culture, they're calling people out left and right now. You have to be careful with what you say.
Man, you're struggling now, Jordan Cox, just thinking about
hard.
what to say.
That's the thing, it's hard.
There's probably bad stuff going into your head right now, and you're thinking, man, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. And this is what happens to me. I can't say that.
Yeah,
I can't say
it's
that.
Tough. When you get in a position like that.
So you're a young man in college. They're teaching you things in college. You're dealing with people in college. It's a co-ed college. So you have, ladies and gentlemen that you have to deal with. And there's different kinds of people that are in that college. And yes, I'm struggling. LBGTPQRST. They're adding letters every day. And man, people are people. I love people, man. And I try to be accepting of all cultures and races and whatever. It just gets I don't know what to say to some people that's not going to offend them. So beyond that, Jordan Cox, we're hanging out in your living room, man, hanging out on your comfy couch, just having a good chit chat, a conversation about things going on in the world right now. And last night was the first presidential debate. There's 20 people in the Democratic side that are going against our president Donald Trump, and I tried not to stay in politics, but I did watch that debate last night. And
it's impossible at this point. It's impossible. You're everybody's in it now.
You got to be in it. You got to be in it, man. And Donnie's putting it in your face, man, with his tweets. He even tweeted everybody. What's this message on my phone? Oh, it's from the president.
Yeah. Oh, true.
What was that?
Oh man.
Donnie, he tweeted everybody. The man wants to make sure that he's in your face, man.
He's heard.
He's in your So, and I'm sure he's trying to do some good stuff too. But
he is. I don't know about that. That man is interesting. I don't know. That man is something.
He's something.
Goodness, I'll just say that something.
But
is the
he's
word.
there, man.
He's there.
He's the president. I guess we gotta. He's there. Okay. Jordan Cox. We're talking about stuff, man, and we're sitting in your house. All right. I'm looking at a sign. Tree hide. Bine algae. What does that mean?
All right, so that sign, it's just been whoever's come in and just mess with it. You know,
okay.
There's no meaning. There's no meaning. There have been curse words on that before.
Okay.
There's just been whatever. My roommate actually, she is a she just graduated from UCA. She's a film major, and she shot a pilot for a show that she is wanting to get on air and everything like that. And so they shot a lot of it actually in this house, this house. Cool. So there's about 30 people, just equipment everywhere. It's a whole scene, lights, it's all kinds of stuff, and they mess with it quite a bit. And I think that was the aftermath of it. That was like the final whatever that they all of them ended up with or whatever. So still have no meaning. I don't know why we haven't bothered to change it. Just one of those things, for people to ask. It sparks conversation, when people come in your house, they're like, hell, I wonder what that means.
So I'm not only sitting in Jordan Cox's fine house in the middle of Conway, Arkansas, but I'm also sitting in a movie studio. It's a music studio. It's a movie studio. We got creatives all over this place, man. Mm-hmm. Jordan Cox. And so, all right, out of high school, you ghosted. You were the band geek, and that's it. Now, in band, what part of the band did you go through? What are the different instances of band?
Let me see. As far as
trumpet in sixth grade, and then going on.
So trumpet
picking
in sixth
up
grade.
Instruments.
Let's see. Guitar around 8th grade.
Yeah.
drums somewhere in between there. Then when it came to music education, you know, if you're a band director, you gotta know something about instruments. So one thing that was a part of Arkansas State's program was taking a semester on each of the main concert instruments. So with that, it was trumpet, guitar in 8th grade, a little bit of drums, then keyboard came with that, French horn, saxophone, clarinet, and flute. I think that's it. And bass guitar also. So.
And you're still pretty proficient in all these?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that.
You can still play them?
Can still play them, but...
what's your best instrument?
Best instrument, I would say probably trumpet. I was a trumpet major because that was my instrument of choice, my primary. And the director at Arkansas State, I'm pretty sure he's still there, was a ex either Air Force or Marine band. So he was the trumpet player for the president. He was the guy. So he drilled into us. We had lessons every week. Played in trumpet ensembles. Like that was the primary. So I think after his training that I was able to go through, which I really thank him for, because I'm still using those techniques that, you know, he taught me and everything. I'd say trumpet was the primary now. I'm trying to pick up keys. I played guitar in a rock band, so I think that was my primary for a while when I was doing that. But really trying to focus on keyboard right now. That's been what I've been doing the most lately, I think.
Cool. So you say you went to Arkansas State University?
Yeah.
Go Red Wolves.
Go Red Wolves.
And up in Jonesboro?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was there for a little while.
Okay. Yeah. So how was it in Jonesboro?
Oh, man, that was a time.
Okay.
That was a time.
Tell.
Let's see. I went up there because of a girl that I was dating. You know how that goes and everything. Went up there.
No. How does it go? Jordan Cox, tell me.
It went. I'll just say that. It went up there, started just hanging out with people, you know, getting into the party, whatever, that kind of thing. Just kind of went into a pretty bad place mentally, I'd say. Just a downward spiral. Just hung around the wrong people pretty much, I think. And it was just people that want to party all the time and stuff like that. And I was trying to balance band at the time because band takes up. Being in band in marching band is one thing. That takes up a lot of time. But being a music major in band, you live in the practice room pretty much. So trying to do that, and then
so was that the only class you had to take, or
oh
did
no,
you have
on top
your
of regular classes also,
math, reading, writing, arithmetic?
Took those at Pulaski Tech when I went there, then transferred to so I got those out of the way, so it was just music classes, so I was just constantly learning about music the entire time. So with that requires you gotta put some time. Any major you get, you know, you have to spend time outside the classroom and everything like that. Yeah. And I think just with me having to drag myself, I lost that just that fire that I wanted to teach others music. I was able to go out and actually like on assignment and shadow a couple people, you know, like that. That's part of the thing that you do as a teacher. You go to like an elementary school or middle school and watch them teach, and you observe and kind of help them out in the classroom. But with just trying to do college and, you know, just being away from home and everything, I think it just really mentally just messed me up. I think just kind of having too much free time and not being able to manage it wisely and everything like that.
Big party town, being in college, I guess.
Well,
Jonesboro,
Craighead's a dry county, so it can be because people wanted it to be. You know, right. I mean, you know, how Prohibition went in the 20s.
Sure,
like people, you're not gonna stop people from doing what they want. You know, people are gonna drive. People drove to the other county to go get alcohol and such like that. So.
We're living in Faulkner County.
Exactly.
It's a dry county.
It's the exact same thing.
Every Mexican restaurant's got alcohol in it, so I think it gets skirted around quite a bit. If people want to do things, they're going to do things.
They're going to find a way. I knew guys that made like moonshine makers in their garage. You know, everything. People found a way to do stuff. So, with that, I think Jonesboro, there's not what there is down here as far as how progressive and Conway really embraces the art culture that they have. They could do a lot better, I think, but they do. They embrace it. That's why I like Conway. They're very, very progressive, and people like creatives, we really appreciate that. But Jonesboro, you drive up there, and just on the way, you're just in the. Have you ever been to Jonesboro by any chance?
I've been by.
Yeah. It's flat. You just keep going straight. You don't make any curves. You get off of one highway, and it leads you there.
And probably you wouldn't want to make any curves. You wouldn't want to go anyplace else.
It's
go
just
straight there. Don't get off that highway.
Get off the highway. Do not.
You know, I'm a Cuban from Miami.
Really?
Don't,
you know how it is.
Don't get off that highway.
You know how it is.
And I felt that way when I was up even in Batesville. And not to down. Not everybody is bad,
but you feel the energy.
Yeah, you feel it, man.
You feel the energy.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
So I like the creatives, you know, and yes, being from Miami,
That's all over.
South Beach, it was great, man. Music, it was everywhere. And I loved it, and people were people, and everybody's getting along together. There's some pockets of this place that could use a little just fine tuning.
Yes, most definitely.
You know, open up a little bit. You know, love everybody, make love, not war.
Just update. You go to Jonesboro, and you feel like you're decades behind. Like just everything. You know, the building design, like it doesn't even look like they've updated. You know, anything. You look McDonald's, they changed their face. All around everywhere else. You go there, you're still seeing like the huge McDonald's sign. You know, it's not. It's like it's just so retro and just old. Like it just needs something.
Well, I know I was talking about it with the beauty queen. She's from she was ASU Heber Springs, also in the ASU thing, and when she went, it was moving from Indians to Red Wolves, and that was kind of a change. And that, you know, there's that PC versus racism thing that I've been struggling with for the past few months, and I know I'm going to make a podcast about it. That's the whole thing, and see if I can get some more input on what can I say that's not going to offend anybody, but you're going to offend somebody, I think. So did you see anything that still said Indian up there, or what was your experience with the Indian versus Red Wolves, if there was any?
Let's see. I did, you know, they have like, you go to like their textbook broker store and stuff like that, and just those shops have been up there, and they still have the Indian merch. You know, it's like a collectible vintage item. You know, like you wear that, and that's like the vintage Arkansas State thing. You know, everybody's really into that right now. As far as everything up there when I went was Red Wolves. It was all Red Wolves. They got that out.
I like that logo anyway. That's a nice logo.
It's pretty nice, I'd say. I guess with the whole situation, you know, with the idea of a mascot, what do you think of? A mascot's it depends on, it's what you think with it. It's a figure, it's a entity, it's an idea, an ideology and everything that you feel. And I guess for them to take a people like that.
Sure.
And really when you think of it, one thing that I still struggle with now is calling Indians and Native Americans.
That is hilarious.
You know?
Because like a minute after they landed in the, they said, "Oh wait, this isn't the West Indies." Oh, we're in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
and they're still calling them Indians.
They're still calling them Indians. So what? It's just like it kind of adds fuel to the fire and just confusion. Because I'm like, why are you?
There's
no, exactly.
It's been obvious for hundreds of years, man.
Yes.
So they've come up with a term, Native American, love it, use it, but Indian. And then there's still the Redskins in Washington. What's that going to change, man? I don't know. Is it offensive? Probably. Probably.
Probably.
Probably.
It would be smart to, you know, I don't know, any kind of change, you know, you're going to have the people that want and the people that don't. So it's what you want out of it. Like, which side do you want to face?
Right.
Pretty much, and everything. Like, hopefully we can just continue to be progressive with everything. Just, people...
Just love one another.
Just love, just think about other people. Just put yourself in their place and see how they will feel. That's my thing for a lot. That's my way of thinking. Just, you never know a person's story. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what's going on with them. So why not treat them with respect? Now, why not, you know? That's always been my thing.
This 50-year-old man is digging into the mind of the 24-year-old Jordan Cox, and you're still in school, man. You're still learning things and trying to find your foot in this world. And so far, you've made beats. Do you have any other Joe jobs right now that they're having to do?
Let's see. I did photography for a little while too.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, that was a thing. I actually lived off that while I was at Arkansas State for a little while, just doing portrait photography for people. It seems that, especially in places like Jonesboro, like, I guess I just kind of dove into things. I think beats is definitely gonna be something that I stay with for quite a while. But I dove into photography and I guess found out that I was like pretty good at it. And like when people first see you doing something, they're gonna latch onto you. They're gonna grab you and everything and be like, "Hey, this is cool. Take pictures of me."
Right.
Hey, you know, I feel like that was the thing for that. I kind of feel like it's been the same way for beats. You know, I've had people just see an interest in it, and some I'm like, wow, I'm really happy for that. Then other people, you know, you can kind of just see people's motives behind things, and I'm like,
sure,
this is interesting. I never really talked to this person that much and everything like that. But as far as photography went, I found out that I like didn't like taking pictures of people as much, just because of having to work with another person, and that's why I actually started producing, just because I was playing in those rock bands and everything, but just being in working around other people, it gets kind of hard because, you know, we're all busy, different schedules, different, like, everything. But with producing, I could find that one thing that's all about me, my own voice,
right.
And it's on me. It's all on my time and everything like that. And that's ended up doing landscape photography just for that reason. I still like just, you know, things that just look nice, like just settings, places, tones, just anything that looks nice. I still like doing photography whenever I can. But as far as that, that's pretty much it. I spend most of my time staring at a screen, dragging little things.
Well, solo projects are good because you can do them on your own time, Jordan Cox. But then there's those collaborative projects that are pretty fun. It's nice to get together with people and learn what they know and tweak things together.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is like baseball, and it likens me to the speech that was in The Untouchables when Al Capone, played by Robert De Niro, says, "Baseball, out on the outfield, you're part of a team, and then on the plate, individual achievement." So two different things you can be doing. So, as Jordan Cox, you mentioned something, and I'm sure I'll find it in my head. It fell out of my head just now. So you went to you were mentioning photography, and that was one of the reasons that I went to Batesville. Is I was working for the photo studios at the Walmart, and yes, taking pictures, you know, baby pictures and family pictures. Taking pictures, the photographer has a good job, because there's a lot of times that people would like to have their memories done, and they don't. You know, a selfie, you can do it as long as your arm or a stick, and they come out not great. If you have a good photographer that's taking a picture, you're going to get a good photo that you could put up on the wall. And yes, I said put it up on the wall. Print these out. Don't just put them out on your Facebook. And I'm saying that because I haven't printed out pictures probably in 20 years. So all the pictures on my walls are 20 years old. Everything else lives on my computer, in my Facebook, on my Instagram. Do you print out pictures still? Because I see you have some artwork up on the walls, and I'm going to ask about that in just a little bit. Do you still print out pictures?
I do sometimes. Actually, for my latest release, my girlfriend actually did a lot of this art. She's the artist. So with that, pretty much, it's just, I'd say I do like Instagram. I love Instagram because you're able to go out and see different things in different places and such like that. But having something tangible is definitely different. I like being able to put stuff up, people seeing it and sparking interest. It's just another conversation starter, I'd say. And I printed out that cover for my latest EP, and I'm trying to sell those as posters, just like people seeing that thing and recognizing your brand and recognizing your art and stuff like that. I think that's really important. Definitely. So
you're going far with this, Jordan Cox. You're not only making beats for other people, you're making your own music and putting it out there for sale?
For sale, for listening, for anything. I have stuff on all streaming services. I have things coming up, putting it out with labels. I'm working with a label in Germany right now, actually.
What?
I have a song coming out on September 27th. And EP following that later, so that's like the next big musical project that I have going on. So just trying to get revenue out of it. You know, if anything that you spend a lot of time on, you should try to make money off of it. You know.
Yeah. So, You can pretty much do whatever you love and make some money off of this. I like talking to people, and guess what? Making a couple bucks.
Yeah, for sure.
That's nice, man. I'm chit-chatting with Jordan Cox. Corden Jocks. I love that, man. It just makes sense. I don't even have to ask you the etymology of that. Or I will. I'll ask, how did it get to Corden Jocks?
You know what? First, I want to say thank you for pronouncing it right. Chords and Jocks. Jordan, there's just all over the place. And I'm like, man, think about it, Look at my name.
Yes.
Just think about it. That's all it takes. But really, you look at so many producers and they have DJ this, DJ that, and everything. And I was bored. Most of my song names are just words that pop into mind, like at the time. There was one song, the song that I'm actually putting on that label on September 27th, I woke up that morning and I was just flustered. Like, so many things are going wrong and everything. I was like, okay, I'll just make a beat, whatever. Did that, and then the track Frustration. It's whatever comes to mind, whatever's going on at the time, like that. And I was like, I don't have any kind of weird thing, like DJ high top, like I don't know. It just came with me. I was figuring out a way to switch the two. And I want to be sure. One thing about me is I want to be sure consistency is key to any kind of artist, any kind of creative, anything like that. And one thing, I'm studying public relations and marketing at UCA, and they drill just social media management, just all that stuff into us all the time. And they're great skills because I've been able to apply a lot of those to me marketing myself as an artist and everything like that. Right. So I want to be sure that all my tags, like my Twitter, Instagram, everything, it's Corden Jocks.
Yes.
Same thing, spelled the exact same way. You gotta use underscores because some people take usernames and stuff like that.
Right.
So I tried to find that way instead of just JORDANCOX. So I want to just do C, and the J, switch them. But I decided to, since a lot of those were taken, I was just like, these are like two words, and it still works even with me putting like and in the middle. It's like Cord and Jocks. So it's just like two different things, and it just worked out.
It makes sense. Jordan Cox, Corden Jocks. It rhymes, baby.
It works out.
Yes, and it's going to be a song. I can tell. Eventually, it's going to be in there.
It'll be in there. I'll get a little tag thing going or something like that. That's going to happen. I'm definitely I have to get the right person to voice in so I can tweak it and put it at the beginning of every single one.
What do you mean the right person? How many times do you hear DJ Khaled say DJ Khaled? Goodness. How many times?
Too many.
Too many times.
Too many times.
But you remember his name, don't you?
No, it's true. It's everywhere. Everybody's saying it, so he's doing something right in that case.
He is. He's definitely doing something right.
He must be. He's that big for a reason. So.
Pitbull, Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, it's out there.
It's out there. People recognize you, definitely so.
Okay.
I'll work on I'll work on that.
You will work on that. Speaking of working on that, let's work on promoting your girlfriend here, man. She's got some good art up on the walls.
Yes, Macy Lomas, ML Art Co. on Instagram. She is a wonderful artist. She started out doing just pen and paper. She's actually a graphic designer at the Democrat Gazette. She does graphic design and writing, and she's done all my artwork. She asked me for anything as far as like, what do you want? And I'm like, I have no ideas. You're the creative person. You do it. And I end up liking the first thing that she sent me every single time.
Yes.
She's an amazing artist. She has her own website, and she's just thriving. She's doing commissions all the time for people, just really, really thriving with it. Very proud of her.
And she's part of the Corden Jocks creative team,
she
man.
Does it. She's the everything. I do the music, and she does everything else.
Everything else now. Marketing, I'm sure you're
doing
involved.
That,
yeah.
She helps me out with it, though. We're a team. We help each other out.
That's the thing nowadays. It used to, when I first started, back in my day, it was a DJ and an MC, and that's all you had to be. And now you got to be the DJ and the MC. And the marketer and the bookkeeper,
the whole thing.
Yes,
that's the thing. I saw a tweet the other day. Actually, it said how many people have the connections, how many people have the drive, how many people have the talent. You gotta have it's oversaturated. Music is oversaturated. I think I saw 400,000 songs are being uploaded to Spotify every day. Every day. That's just Spotify too. There's YouTube, all other kinds of ways to discover music, and you have to stick out. You have to have those skills to survive, like just to get anybody to hear you. That's why I'm glad I'm studying public relations and marketing. It's just using these tools have definitely helped me out. So,
Okay.
definitely.
So you say, all right, in college, you were at ASU up in Jonesboro. When did you start these rock bands I've been hearing a little bit about, Mr. Jordan Cox?
I did O'Cathy. Have you seen Hot Rod before?
I have seen Hot Rod.
The O'Cathy scene or whatever.
I don't remember that scene, but I remember Hot Rod. He was, trying to do some jumps, man.
Some jumps. Just one of those crazy, funny American movies. Napoleon Dynamite, all those. Just love those. We got the name from the O'Cathy scene. I think it's just Ashton Kutcher saying it in this really funny voice or whatever. But that was like a alternative outfit, kind of. Me and a few friends started. We played house shows a lot. We're really in with the Little Rock scene. I actually came here a few times and played a couple of houses that are knocked down now, but played at Vino's.
Here in Conway,
Arkansas? Here in Conway, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant here.
In this house? Oh, no.
In this house that's been so many things already. It's a recording studio. It's a movie studio. It's a meeting place. Video game parlor.
It would be cool, to come back here and, the thing about house shows is that things get rowdy, so I don't think it would have been looking. There would probably be a few holes in the wall.
Yeah, you don't want to wreck your own house, man. It's nice to go to a venue.
Yeah, definitely.
Whenever people say, "Hey, I'm going to have my wedding at my house," don't, man. I'm going to do it in a tent outside. Okay. That's a little better. All you got to do is clean the yard.
Oh my goodness!
You have and make sure there's a restroom that's close to the front, the outside door. But house parties, man. And you mentioned your high top fade, and it went right to house party. Even Chris Reed doesn't have his high top fade anymore. He went with little twisties and little dreadlocks. Yeah, man, dude. House party. I was Belial. Hopefully without the bad breath. Hopefully. In my high school days, that's where I grew up, man. I was always the house DJ. And it stayed with me. I'm 50 years old and I'm still DJing,
Still doing it. That's all that matters.
Love it, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jordan Cox, Jordan Jocks, here in Conway, Arkansas. And so the O'Cathy, and that was a party band, or you play originals or what?
No, played originals.
Originals?
We did that.
Who's writing music?
All of us, actually. I'm writing guitar stuff. There's a guy, drums, bassist, another guitarist. That's in the desk of the anywhere. I'm not going to plug that one in because you can find that one on your own. I'm not going to put that out there.
So you have those songs out there?
Oh yeah, they're up on Bandcamp, I think.
That's great.
They're up there. There was another band I played in, Vacancy. We spelled it instead of vacancy, it was vacant C, like a
SEA.
SEA, yeah.
Oh, so, vacancy. Okay, I get it.
Just play on words, trying to be cool, weird, whatever, quirky.
It's what you do.
It's what you do. That's the thing. That was like a upbeat, like twinkle emo band. I played bass in that, and that was just a lot of fun. A lot of jumping around and just like having fun. So play a few house shows, venues, play at the skate park a couple times. Just finding something to do in this, just staying busy doing something.
So what did you play in O'Cathy? What instrument?
Guitar.
Oh, you played guitar?
Yeah, play guitar.
Were you lead, rhythm, or all of it?
Excuse me. Actually, did both. There were songs that the other guitarist wrote that I would, just kind of put parts together. We just complimented each other, I'd say, in a way. Not really like a lead in the rhythm. Like some songs, he would do stuff in, and I would come in, noodle, or just play chords in the background for him to, fill that space and everything. So really, it was just a collaborative effort. That's one thing we made sure we wanted to do is make it everybody's band, not just a front man, like that. Just because, that's if we want to do that, we would have did it, but. It's just we all want to have fun with it, so we all want to make it equal like that.
That sounds fun, man. Yeah. And so this was after college?
Oh, this was after high school, actually. Yeah,
after high school,
this was
North Little Rock.
North Little Rock, yeah. This was Central Arkansas. Yeah, then went to Arkansas State and just kind of didn't really do that much anymore, and then came back here and didn't really start it back up. So doing this.
So what was the biggest gig that you played with O'Cathy?
Oh man, let's see. Our biggest gig, we played the Legends of Arkansas Music Festival actually one year. I'm not sure if it's a festival that's still going on, but it was right before Riverfest. We played downtown on the right by the, what's that? Not the Broadway Bridge, the Riverwalk.
Yes.
Right over there. We played under that underpass over there. And there was a stage set up and had a pretty good crowd there. That was fun.
How'd that make you feel sitting in front of all these fans?
Just surprised, because it's like you think people don't come out to these things, but they actually do. You know, when stuff is properly advertised and everything, people will come out and if you make good music, they will enjoy it. People like art and stuff like that. They really do.
First time when I moved here from Miami, of course, I was on the radio down in Miami, so I knew a lot of the bands, especially the ones that are Miami-based. KC and the Sunshine Band would be one of them that I was thinking of. And I got here in 2009, and one of the first things that happened, I was on the trying to get a job in the radio, and in fact, I became the Central Arkansas voice of the Red Wolves.
Oh, nice!
Yeah, so I had a bunch of people. I had a bunch of people saying, "Hello, you're listening to the Red Wolves on 88.1, whatever the station was down there," and I had them howling.
Oh goodness!
Well, in 2009, KC and the Sunshine Band came to Little Rock, and I didn't know KC as well as I knew his backup singer, and so I went to 94.1 and we talked about KC and stuff like that, and then the show. So I sat there backstage, and his backup singer came behind me, and it was cool, man. KC and the Sunshine Band. There's a lot of people that play down there. You never know what you're going to get in Little Rock. People like to come to Little Rock, man. And you were talking about Conway earlier. Coming to Conway, the reason I came here is because Conway is a pretty cool town.
It's a cool town.
The Conway core is set up real nice to where all the electric and phone and cable are all put together, and so that brings down the cost there. The size of the city still says about 50,000 on the marker outside the city. And it's a college town, man. So you get all these different ideas and people that have different flavors. And it's not just UCA. There's also Hendrix. And is it Baptist? What's it called?
CBC. Is it Central Baptist?
Central
College?
Baptist?
Yeah.
So you got different colleges, different young people. I'm talking to the 24-year-old Jordan Cox, Corden Jocks. I like that. You came up with a good name. That's a good one.
Man. Thank you.
And you're studying public relations now. Where do you plan to go with that?
Let's see. Well, I would love to get into entertainment PR if I can. Just being somebody's booking agent, being somebody's press. Handling them like somebody, artists just like me. Somebody that's made it to the top. That's doing radio interviews every day, and that's getting invited to the MTV Awards. Just like stuff like that. Like telling them where to go, handling all that kind of stuff for them, and just
somebody that's made it to the top like you.
If that happens, and that's to have those skills to represent myself, that would be awesome, because that's one less person I'd have to pay.
It's hard to represent yourself. Yeah. It's hard to do it all if you want to get to that level.
No, I definitely have to pay somebody. The fame would be enough to drive me crazy.
And it's nice. You have a girl that's backing you up, your girlfriend there, and she's quite the artist. I'm looking at some really neat pictures on the wall, neat paintings. So definitely commission her out. You could say her name again.
Macy Lummis.
Macy
Lummis, ML Art Co on Instagram.
Look that up. Her. But any other avenues that you're going down, Jordan Cox?
Let's see. What else? What else do I have going on? Really? Man,
I think that's enough, man.
That's what
tell me about I saw the picture of you at the studio downtown. You had your laptop set up. I guess that's the Mac.
Yeah.
And then you had your MIDI keyboard set up, and then you were on headphones.
Yeah.
So pretty much you could do it almost anywhere. Do you have a battery powered deal, or do you have to be plugged in?
It's all plugged in to the computer. So
now me with the Zoom Pro,
really?
I can do it anywhere.
Really?
I've done it out in the middle of a park, man.
Really?
We're just chit chatting.
If I can keep my thing is, if I charge my computer up right before I go out, then that's a few hours of me to do it.
Yeah,
that's one thing I really like to do. I go to Zateo, the studio, or just anywhere nice. All I need is a table. That's it. I just need the space to set up. Love working in my studio. My room is set up in front of my window. Right. Love working out, just seeing nature, seeing what's going on in the world and everything. Natural sunlight. Yes. That just sets me like really good creative. Sets me up for success, I'd say, for whatever I want to get done, whatever beat I want to make or anything like that. Most definitely.
Is that what inspires you, Jordan Cox? Talking to people or seeing nature? What inspires you to make music?
Really? Just
that's a very cliche question.
No.
Gee, that's a great question. No, it's not. It's a question he gets asked every single day, every interview. But yeah, what inspires you to make music, Jordan Cox?
I don't know. It's just getting people to feel something. One thing I always want to do is my music's instrumental. So I've always thought if you can speak to somebody just through like an instrument that you're playing, you can get them to feel that emotion, and that's something special rather than you just like turning on the radio and hearing the latest singer or whatever singing about heartbreak. I'm like, yeah, we all relate to that. Yeah, we all know that. We all know those lyrics. We all know. Right. You can almost just guess like what the next phrase is based on the past around. But like for somebody to hear a song that I've made just of my like complete musical ideas like that, because music is a language we all speak. We all know music when we hear it. We all dance no matter what culture you are and everything like that. So somebody to hear that and feel like what I'm trying to get across, that's something like different to me, I feel like.
So are you a vocalist as well?
Really, honestly. I did a little bit in the rock band that I did, but I think playing instruments for me.
Sure.
I think that's more my thing, I'd say. Definitely not. My voice isn't set up in the right register, and I don't know where it would be if I tried to. But
so when you're making the music, you're making it for other artists?
Well, actually,
or are you making it?
I pretty much put out the beats to listen to. The genre of what I do is called lo-fi hip hop. It's I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it before, but it's
I've heard of it now.
Yeah, it's a
explain
what it is. It started a couple decades ago. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in Jay Dilla, Madlib, Knowledge, Stolen Drums, guys that are like older now. Some of them deceased and such, but like they created just this thing of just listening to beats, like because back then when hip hop was first starting out, it was about your producer up there like spinning on or your DJ spinning on the turntables and everything like that, and your MC was just accompanying them.
Right.
That's the way it was. And then we got into modern hip hop now, where it's all about the rap. I think now people are starting to appreciate beats a bit more, but me, I just put it out. This is for you to listen to while you're cleaning your house. This is for you to listen to while you're doing your homework, while you're relaxing, just chilling. That's what I do my music for, just for people to, not necessarily, people want to call it background music. I mean, it is. You go anywhere. I mean, I went to Nuke's Eatery the other day and had some lo-fi hip-hop on there. It's just you.
I'm about to go to that massage parlor right next door.
You really?
No, I'm looking at it, and I've been passing by it and going, man, I could use a massage. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Do it. We all need it.
But you were talking about, as soon as you mentioned, I'm thinking of a nice, slow, bouncy beat.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's all that it is. Mm-hmm.
Man, just stuff you can just chill by.
Chill out to. That's the whole thing about it. That's why you're playing video games. A lot of people like to mute whatever they're playing and just have those beats going in the background. There's playlists of like hundreds of beats, just hours of just instrumental songs that people have come up with. They're taking a little loop and just creating a whole story out of it. And there's like guys living, like producing in their bedrooms and paying rent with it. The checks that they get, the endorsements and stuff like that. And it's a thing. It's a thing. It's just that lo-fi is not polished. It goes for that more humanistic sound. It's not high quality sound. You'll hear a vinyl crackle. You'll hear things sound dusty. That's the whole point of it. It's a human, just realistic sound. It's not straight. It's not completely structured and everything. You'll hear vocal samples. You hear ocean waves in the background. You hear all kinds of stuff that's soothing. That's the whole idea of it, pretty much.
Sometimes I miss my records. I gave up my techniques back in '99, and I went completely digital. I did one party with CDs, and even that was still dragging, and it was limiting to what I can carry. 2000, I think Napster came out, and that exploded. How many songs you can get? MP3s. MP3s, and and then yes, after that, it was Apple was starting to sell them, and yes, you got to buy your music, people. Don't share, buy your music, because Cord and Jocks need some money. Okay,
pay my bills.
Yes,
help me pay for this equipment.
No,
it's not free.
Yeah, it's not free, man.
It's not free.
And how about that? And now that people are downloading, and bands aren't making as much money from record sales, they have to make all their money doing live. What do you think of that, Jordan Cox? Jordan Cox?
I'd say it's just a different hustle, because people weren't making. I don't think people weren't making much money off of record deals and stuff anyway. That money was going to the company, to the producer that did it. People were making money off of merch, touring, selling at venues and stuff like that. That's where, if you're wanting to make it as a musician now, you gotta sell something. You have to sell something. And it's just, streaming has changed the game. Sure, it's made it a lot easier for us to, it's more accessible. You can listen to anything by paying this flat rate, but it's just a different game, pretty much. I don't know. It makes it easier as an artist for you to get your stuff out there and get it heard. Back then you had to get it, or somebody on somebody's label, even pitch your stuff out there. You'll be selling CDs in Walmart, like just trying to really push your stuff out there personally. But I think it's made it a little bit harder. But then again, using social media and such to your advantage, using those tools that are out there, it can help you out in the same way too. It depends on what you do with it.
You better believe people used to make money on record sales.
Really?
Oh yeah,
tons
of money, man. Yeah. If you sell 500,000 records, you got a house, man.
That's true.
You're set. Or 1 million records, you're set.
That's true.
And now you can that stuff's free.
Yeah.
You go to YouTube and listen to that stuff for
That's
free.
It. Anytime.
Spotify, whatever. And I'll put this out on Spotify. So yeah, it's out there for free. And how do you make money? You go out live. You go tour live. You better be a good musician.
You have to. That's the thing.
Without a good producer that's editing all your stuff, because he can't be out there editing it live. And that's separating the good ones from the not so good.
Exactly. The live, I've learned that I just played my first live show really this past.
You played a live show?
Yeah, I played one at Vino's this past weekend.
What do you do live? What out there? Like DJing?
What it is, I want to get my hands on some turntables. Me, it's live mixing.
Right.
I got my launch pad that has 64 pads on it, and I'm like pressing those down at certain times. I got samples loaded to that.
I want one of those. I don't know.
You got to do it.
Yeah, because I have my CD, my Pioneers that control the MP3s, and I can scratch. I'm not as good as Jazzy Jeff, but who is still amazing.
I just saw a video
still
of him.
Amazing.
Him and Will Smith.
Seen it.
Oh my goodness.
Still amazing, man.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, on my turntables, I used to scratch on those and beat match by ear. And don't hit the sync button if you can get away with it. Don't hit the sync button. So yes, those skills. But you say you played live. You had your pad. Now was the pad all pre? You had it all pre-recordings and little like a hi-hat over here, and beats and little rhythm guitars, and you were playing that.
Doing it like having mostly, I had a few beats going out. I had like a loop, and I'll just have that like one little track looped, and I'll switch it and go to another loop in that case.
Yeah.
Well, I have my like stutter effects. I have my spin down on my the spin down sound. I have it on this knob. I'll have my high pass and low pass filter on this knob.
Yes.
Just doing all that stuff. Have a chorus effect where it just throws a crazy chorus over the entire track.
Like a Reggie Watts thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you doing that kind of thing?
Doing it with like live loops and holding it down to get this sample at the time, and then turning that at this time. Just I'll take a song that I'll find anywhere and just try to find an MP3 for it, or rip it somehow. Just get it any kind of way that I can.
Sure.
Load it into. I use Logic Pro X. Load it into there as an audio track, and then chop. Find places, chop, stretch, pitch. Just anything.
Yes.
Just modify it to make it to something that sounds good to me.
Right.
Turn that to a completely different sound or whatever, and then go with it pretty much. Just whatever I can get to sound that I like that matches my style, and that's how I make my beats and everything.
So how did your first show at Vino's go? Was it yesterday?
Friday.
Friday,
yeah,
last Friday. Excellent.
It went good. A very, very good turnout. I played with Indigo Honey, Juan Run, and Princeos. All of them really, really talented acts. It was a really diverse show. I played, got on stage, got all my stuff up there. There were some cool strobe lights going on in the background. Just a really cool environment. Just kind of looked up and people were enjoying it. It was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think me making beats on my laptop will lead to me getting on the stage, with all this equipment and stuff. I didn't know what these chords were. I didn't know how to hook this up to this and everything.
Right.
And now I'm talking about my processes and stuff like that. It's cool to see what you don't know compared to just taking stuff seriously and being consistent with it. And it was really cool for that all to come together, actually.
Now, while you were doing that, were you recording at the same time?
I actually wasn't.
Oh!
I do plan to plan another show, a house show, actually. One of my friends is throwing a party in Jonesboro. I'm going back there for the first time since I moved here, actually.
Wow.
This Sunday. He just has a huge backyard, and we're just going to barbecue. He's getting the system set up. He has some people doing some acoustic stuff.
Right.
Just like a little block party, I guess, in a way. So I'll be doing a set there, and I do plan to record a full set and just get sell that on a tape.
Yes.
I would really want to get somebody to trying to find somebody to do actual cassette tapes for me. That would be really cool
cassette
to do.
Tapes.
I have to.
Come on. You don't have to. Nobody's got a cassette player anymore.
But just to have that, definitely get some CDs made. Just get that full live mix up somewhere. I want to do that. So I might, if I can get. I'm working on my set now. If I can get that going, I'm definitely gonna get that and just put that out. Just have a 20-30 minute mix of just me going at it for that long with different samples, just a consistent whatever. So
look out, Reggie Watts. Here comes Jordan Cox, man.
Coming for your spot.
Man, I enjoy watching that type of show where they're just creating as they're going. There's a comedian that does that. He uses loops and that white kid. What's his name? Martin something? No, maybe. But anyway, it's neat. It's such a cool thing, and you keep people engaged.
Yeah.
And if people know that they're coming to a show that is where you're watching a creator create, that's very entertaining to me.
It's fun.
Jordan Cox, I look forward to seeing one of your shows. I'm not going to make it all the way up to Jonesboro.
No.
I can imagine, but
I'll tell you.
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. Coming next month, July 13th. Vino's Farewell to Death Fest, put on by Farewell Skateboards. What it is, they're saying farewell to the death of the Little Rock music scene. Because we've been just up and down. Think we have Juanita's, and then Juanita's is gone. You know, just all these places opening up and closing like that. And this fest is me and a bunch of other just great rock bands, rappers, everything. Yeah. Us all coming together and doing sets. So I'll plug that in. July 13th at Vino's Farewell to Death Fest.
Was that where LA Guns was last night?
Was it?
They were here last night somewhere in Little Rock.
Really?
I know, because some friends of mine from Bad Habit, who was also on a podcast previously, they were out there watching that show. So, LA Guns was... Man, it seems like it was Vino's. Vino's is a nice venue.
Yeah, Vino's is good.
I've never been in there, but I've seen the outside. It looks like a great place.
Their pizza.
Good pizza.
Good pizza.
Man,
good
pizza. July 13th. I got to figure out what day that is.
July 13th.
What day is that?
That is on, I believe it's a Saturday.
Saturday. I might have July 13th available. And usually I got a wedding that day. Yeah.
I got a wedding.
Nah.
It'll be recorded somewhere. It will be recorded, most definitely.
I won't see it live, but I'll see it recorded.
You'll see it.
Jordan Cox. Still hanging out in Jordan Cox's humble abode, his recording studio, movie-making studio. This place is great, man. There's stuff on the walls. 24 years old, your whole life's ahead of you, man. I tell people all the time in their 20s, do whatever you want to do, man. Fall down on your face, because you're still made of rubber. Yeah. You got your Wolverine powers, man, healing powers right now.
Man, oh man.
You know, that way, by the time you're 30, you're ready to settle down. You know what you want to do. You're on the right path, man. And you're heading that way, Jordan Cox, man.
Hopefully working on it.
Yeah, you are.
Work in progress.
Speaking of working on it, you got to work tonight, don't you?
I gotta go in.
Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Zaza in Conway.
Yeah,
killing the dishes.
They used to have a karaoke show over there, man.
Yeah.
They still do karaoke?
I
thought it was Aaron that was doing that. Double A.
A few years ago they cut it out. Actually, they might be trying to get it back though. They have trivia night tonight. So
that's cool.
Yeah, they'll be doing that. I'll be there serving salads, doing dishes, just doing whatever, running around with like a chicken with his head cut off because it gets busy.
That's good, man. This is what Jordan Cox, Corden Jocks, is doing until the music career really takes off, man. Let him manage you. As soon as you're done with your PR career, you'll be ready to manage people.
Doing it.
Still making those lo-fi beats, man. Look for them. Where can they find you online, man?
Let's see. They can find me at Corden Jocks. I'll spell it out for you. It's just CHORDANDJOCKS. Twitter, Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, all the streaming platforms. Find me there. I'm PR, so I'm always on social media, always keeping up with the latest things going on. Always plugging a link here for somebody to listen to, and just always put myself out there. I'm active, so follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Find me on there, Corden Jocks. That's where I'm at.
Corden Jocks. Now, like I said before we wrap this up, you were at the studio downtown. I know they have a Beats and Brews.
Yeah.
Do you get involved with that at all? Have you been? I want to go to that. Sounds fun.
I know what it is. They're taking you bring any vinyl that you have up there,
right,
and you're just swapping it out, putting it on listening, and then you're swapping out beers. You bring up a beer, and then you swap it out. Try different beers.
We got the alcoholics to prove it.
Exactly. We're gonna find a way to get what we want, regardless. Obviously. So you do that, but I've been wanting to do something for Little Rock. Just that exact same idea. Just Beats and Brews. All I need is just the space to do it. I want to just have a big room, have TV set up, Super Smash Bros, Tekken. Just have it all set up. Then have 5 or 6 producers just playing beats in the background. Get a few kegs. Just have like a place for everybody just to sit and relax for a night. Just chilled. Not charge, not have to have anybody pay to get in, but literally just invite anybody just to come up and game and drink a few beers, just fellowship, have fun and everything like that, and just listen to some guys doing some stuff at the same time,
Man, you should get involved with the Comic-Cons.
Comic-Cons?
Yeah, because they, especially Comic-Conway, I get to DJ at a lot of the Comic-Cons, and I know they always have a game room set up.
Really?
And just to add music to get that flavor.
I didn't think about that.
There you go.
I did not think about that. You just gave me an idea.
In fact, I'll be at the library a little bit later, and I know Comic-Con, they run out of the Faulkner County Library.
Okay.
So, that could be something that you can try to get involved with here in Conway. And then there's other Comic-Cons everywhere. I did the Heroes and Angels just recently, and I know I got Cos Prom coming up July 27th. So yeah.
So they're doing some. I never thought about that.
There's always a game room set up.
That's a good community.
It is.
Definitely.
Man,
that'd be good.
I never thought of myself as a cosplayer.
Really?
But they said, you're an original cosplayer. You have your original cosplay, because I put my light up goggles on, and I put my suspenders on with the lights on them, and away I go. There's my original cosplay.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. You got your thing.
Yeah.
We all have our thing. We all have our little niches and everything.
What kind of movies you into?
Oh, I would say comedy. I cannot stomach horror. The gore and stuff.
Okay.
There's some mental thing in me. I just can't stomach human suffering. It's just I know this. I'm a big on comedy. Don't watch a lot of movies as far as television goes. Are you familiar with Charles Gambino at all? Okay,
Come
your
on,
personality.
man.
Why am I asking you like you're some 50-year-old guy that doesn't keep up
like
with
some
anything,
50-year-old guy. American.
Yeah.
Although he could have put a shirt on in that video.
Come on, I love
This is
it.
America.
But
Great video, though,
Yeah.
man. The guy's talented.
the guy, he's
beyond belief.
his show Atlanta.
And he's a great actor,
yes,
too,
yes.
for that matter.
His show Atlanta is everything that I want in any kind of TV movie.
Yeah.
Just that's I've watched that whole series through at least 20 or 30 times.
You're talking about names. He picked that name. I think it was one of those. What would be your
the Wu-Tang?
What would be your Wu-Tang name?
Yeah, the
Childish
Wu-Tang.
Gambino.
He
Now
took
he's
it.
stuck with it.
And now that's it. But it's a worldwide name now. But anything he does, he's one of my favorite actors.
Glover.
Donald Glover he's just anything he touches is going to be amazing. Definitely going to see Lion King when it comes out.
Yeah.
Next month he's in that. He's singing in that and everything. Just anything that. Been watching Baskets on Hulu. That's a great series.
Galifianakis.
Yeah, love that.
You know what's
series.
funny? I was listening to an interview with him, and he said, "Yeah, my name Galifianakis. I kind of shortened it. It used to be Galifianakis Berg." Yeah, I think he was just being funny.
I feel like the Berg fits on the end of it. You know,
Probably.
it fits on the end.
It's
of
not.
it. It fits on there. He could have done it, but he's wacky dude.
So, but cool, man. That says a lot about you, Jordan. You like to laugh, man. You like to smile, and I've been looking at your smile for over an hour, man. And I look forward to hearing more about you, Jordan Cox. Corden Jocks. Find it everywhere. Any last words for the people before you go to work?
Let's see. I'd say to anybody, wanting to do anything like that, go out and do it. Lo-fi is a small little genre that nobody's heard of, and I'm trying to make something of it here now. Go out and do what you want to do because, you know, that saying it's so cliche, but you only get to live one time. You only get to do what you want to do. You only get to choose your path and everything one time, so why not do something with it? I'll say look out for singles and stuff coming soon. If you follow me, I'll have an EP coming sometime in the fall. Look out for the single September 27th. Got a collab coming out next July with Spencer Bach out of Ohio. Look for that. Just be looking out, trying to do stuff. Keep rocking with me and everything. That's it.
You're so funny. You mentioned that you were working with somebody in Germany. I just talked to a musician in Australia, and he's putting together an album with somebody from the Middle East and somebody from England and somebody, and you know, he's sending me the riff for this and he's sending me the drum beat for that, and they're all putting it together in Australia with the internet, man.
That's the power.
You can put it all together. You don't even have to know these people. Hey, can you get me a guitar riff that'll go with this and a drum beat that'll go with that?
It's there.
It's all together, man.
That's how we do it.
All right, give me a handshake.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you,
Jordan
to the podcast.
Cox. Oh,
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jordan Cox, for being a part of the show. Now get to work, man. You got to make some money.
Whatever, I guess. Gotta do it.
Well, there you have it, party people. Jordan Cox, Chord and Jocks. Yeah, pronounce it that way. It rhymes. You know, you got his name, Jordan Cox. Then you do the C and the J, and you kind of reverse them a little bit. Chord and Jocks. I get it. Yes. Chords. Yes, I get it. And he's a record jock. Yes, disc jock. I get it. Oh, it was a lot of fun sitting there in the living room at Jordan Cox house there, and beautiful art on the wall done by his best gal, is doing all the artwork. It's nice to have a good team of people backing you up, because once you get to a certain point, man, you cannot do it all by yourself. You got to have some good people surrounding you, helping each other out, because doing the music itself, being the creator of the beats and the lo-fi. Yeah, you do that on your own. You know, you've got a computer, you got your MIDI there, and you got your headphones on, and yeah, you can do that by yourself. But to promote it, to get it out there, get the word out, to put the artwork up, have people backing you up, setting up your equipment so you can play live. Yeah, you can do it by yourself, but it's a lot easier if you have a team. And I'm glad that Jordan Cox has a nice team of people that are helping him out, surrounding yourself with some good peeps. And we talked about a lot of things, man. He's a young man in college, getting ready to break out into the world. I mean, I know you think you're out in the world already, man. And you are. You got a little piece of it going on, but you got your whole life ahead of you, man. The world is yours, Jordan Cox. And I look forward to seeing big things from you, Jordan Cox. Chord and Jocks. It's such a catchy name. So simple. And there it is, man. There it is. Find them everywhere. Get those lo-fi beats. And then you can chill while you're doing whatever, man. Just chill. As soon as he said the lo-fi beats, I knew, I had this little sense of what he meant in my head. And, I think I was right. All right, party people, if you want to tell your story on the What Makes You Famous podcast, I encourage you to call 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. That was easy, wasn't it? Yeah, just email or call. And you could be on the show, man. Tell your story. Or woman. That's it for me. This episode of What Makes You Famous. It's Keys Dan, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want. Hey guys, this is Shelly G with a fast fact. The first daily broadcast was started by the BBC in November 1936. Do you have a fast fact? Share it with us at Interactive Radio, RadioWhat.com.
This is Keys Dan.
And this is Shelly G.
And you're listening to
RadioWhat.com.